How's it going, YouTube? Specum Auto is back with another episode of M.A.V. today. This video is going to be a little bit different because it is another one of those videos again where I'm showing off some new collection stuff that I got over the time. But this is stuff that I got more recently, so yeah, it's different. Plus, you might notice a quality difference with the video. That's because I am filming with my brand new GoPro Hero 9 for the first time, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope this audio quality as well as the picture quality is good. If there are any audio or picture issues, I do apologize. This is all new to me. I'm learning, so bear with me here. So anyway, today we got a bunch of new stuff we can go through, as well as some older stuff that I have found that I've lost for a long time. But that includes like some window stickers I got, manuals, another window sticker, manual, and even some other goodies that we will be getting to. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to be looking through some new stuff that I've gotten over time since the last time I've shared some of my collection with you. As you can see, this whole box here has a ton of things that I've collected over the years. Gadgets, booklets, window stickers, just emblems, all kinds of things. But today we're going to go through the stuff that we haven't seen before. And we're going to start with this really cool thing. And there's a couple other things related to it that I should pull out. So first we're going to look at this. This is a steering wheel center from a 1977 Nissan Z. So it's really, really cool. I got this from the junkyard many years ago. It's really cool. I thought it'd be really neat to have for my collection. So yeah, this is the Nissan Z steering wheel center. It's in really good shape for how old it is and just how long it's been sitting. Granted, it was like super dusty and stuff, but I wanted to clean it up and make it look a little more presentable for the video. So here you go, beautiful Nissan Z steering wheel center. And I got two more things to show you guys that come from this same car. So the next thing we have is this 4-speed manual shift knob that also came out of the 77 Z. It's really, really cool. And they used to make these out of wood. So if you look inside, this seam here has been splitting over time. And you can see that it's wood inside. Has this metal thing that screws onto the shifter. But yeah, it's just really, really neat. And you can see all the speeds here. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 in reverse. So that's very interesting. Very, very simplistic times. These are just all like really awesome things that I felt like at the time that I really wanted to save, you know, and preserve to share, you know, for people in the future. Because, you know, eventually at some point this car that all this stuff came from got scrapped, crushed, and now it doesn't exist anymore. So we're preserving a little bit of automotive history by saving this stuff and keeping it for my collection. And the last thing from the 77Z is the Datsun emblem that came off of it. So it wasn't badged as a Nissan Z, it was actually badged as a Datsun. So this is an old 1977 Nissan Datsun logo. You can see it's very well worn. I love the you know, the retro patina it has. It's very appreciated, and it screams history. And you would want to think that this was made out of metal, but surprisingly, even in the 70s, they were still making plastic emblems. So that's quite interesting, because even when I first picked this off the car, I was convinced that it was metal. Just the look and feel of it, it's impressive. All the different textures in it, the way it looks, the way it has a little bit of rust. So I'm surprised that it's not metal. So how is it? I just want to know how it's rusted. You know, it has a little rust there if it's plastic. Because we could see it's plastic. So it's kind of strange, but really, really cool Datsun emblem. So now we're going to go on to some of our newer manuals and window stickers. So these window manuals and stickers, window stickers, manual booklets and things, these all, except for these Nissan ones over here, but all of these came from my buddy Isaiah, so courtesy to him. So we're going to start with this Honda one. It's really cool. There ain't a whole lot to it. Just have some dealer cards and things like that. So this is Apple Honda from York, Pennsylvania. And the salesman was Thomas Smith. So then we'll go through here. Very, very thin manual book. So from 2016, they were really starting to reduce the size of these owner's manuals, you know, compared to this one from 2009. You can see a little bit of a difference there. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, we can just look through it real quick, see if there's anything of significance. Just has a picture of a gauge cluster, steering wheel. Very nice looking interior. I still think even today, the 10th gen Civic has a pretty modern interior. It aged pretty decently. I will say though, I'm already seeing some early 10th gen models like 2016 through 2018 already having oxidization on the plastic window pillars. And I'm also starting to see some early 10th gen models have headlights turning yellow. So this car is actually aging pretty horribly in some departments. But the later 2019 through 2021 models, they all still look brand new. So it's interesting how that worked out. But as you can see, it shows the gauge clusters. So this has the, this looks like the base model version, has models with information display. This one right here appears to be the more premium version, and has models with driver information interface. So there's a difference there. Just explains all your lights. Tells you how to use your key fob and your steering controls. There ain't a whole lot to this, which could really explain why it's so thin. See, I have an appreciation for manual books, but the newer ones aren't as cool anymore. Because if you guys remember my old video that when I was showing off manuals before, like that old 1993 or 1992 Saturn book that I have, it had some really cool retro pictures in it, like the lady at that old computer with the old phone and stuff. It's just like things like that just represents time. And these newer books are just not really doing it like that anymore. It's kind of mundane. It's kind of sad, honestly, but still worth keeping, still worth showing, because regardless of how boring or exciting a book might be, it's a part of history, you know what I'm saying? There are a few more cool things in this owner's manual box here. Let's see. Yeah, we got some maintenance history and inspections and stuff, because, yeah, this car was from Pennsylvania. I'm not going to really share that because there could be personal addresses on it, and I don't want to put that online. And then you got pre-delivery inspection. So this was the VIN number of the car, the make, model, and year, color, and yeah, this was when this car was brand new, before they ever put it on the lot, and it was January 5th, 2016. So really, really cool. It's really awesome to see a piece of automotive history. And they're testing all of the features, the safety sensors. As a matter of fact, This quality control inspector dated it 12/31 of 15. So this 2016 Civic may have actually been manufactured in December of 2015. So that's like super early in the 10th gen realm. And then right here is a super cool thing that really makes the book worth having. And it's this all original Honda DVD. It contains the owner's manual, warranties information, navigation manual, and contact information. And you could play it in PCs, and you may even be able to play it on some DVD players. But it's still completely sealed in its original plastic. 2016 Civic Sedan owner CD, and it's not for in-vehicle use. Obviously, it's not music, but really, really cool. It is things like this I truly appreciate, you know, because right here may not seem like much to people, but to a true enthusiast and a collector, this is a piece of automotive history. So, actually, let me put this back in there with it, and then we can continue with the next one. Okay. Alright, next owner's book up is this big fat Hyundai book. This boy is thick with 5 C's. And this is actually really good quality materials used here. So it has a really fat book. That's because this isn't just the regular Hyundai Sonata. This is a 2016 Sonata plug-in hybrid. New thinking, new possibilities, and this book just looks brand spanking new. So it has all of the features, has some, you know, cool little things with it, some little illustrations, instructions. Basically what you would get in a standard manual booklet. But, some neat little cartoony pictures here. I guess their music's getting interrupted or singing along to go by a mountain, and they're like, what the heck? Where's my music? So this is really neat. Really, really cool stuff. So anything with these like 2010s, 2020 era cars, they're, like I said, none of these are like the old 90s, 80s, and even early 2000s books that has all of these nostalgic things with it that, you know, just screams the past. But it's cool to see all these like little indicators, little diagrams and things showing off the fancy brand new 2016 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Oh, this is man. And this is these are the type of cars I can't stand. Those cars that don't have the spare tires. They just come with those stupid fix-a-flats and tire pumps. I don't know why they're doing that. You would think it would be cheaper to produce a spare tire, but apparently not in the modern days. But yeah, nothing really special here, but that's a lot of information to handle. It's crazy because most car makers are now going towards really, really thin, minimal books. But you see Hyundai here just explaining everything under the freaking sun. So that's insane. Now, there are a few cool little other quirks about this little thing here. So we're going to pull out a lot of this stuff here. So we just got owner's handbook supplement, just a bunch of boring stuff, warranty information, a bunch of boring stuff that never got filled out. And then you'll have it's hard to get this all out. Here we go. Tires, maintenance log that's never been used. And then in here, this is the fun part of the whole book. So pretty much just skipped past all the boring stuff, went straight to the fun stuff. But Hyundai gave you this little sticky note booklet thing. Well, no, they're not sticky notes. It's like a paper pad. And then they gave you this really nice Hyundai pen. So check out my Hyundai pin here. This was in the original manuals book from 2016. And as you can see, if you do this, the original pin from Hyundai still works. It's a little sticky, but it works. But that's just really, really cool. I'm definitely keeping at least the pen, because the Hyundai pen is really cool. And see, it just goes in that little slot here. So now we can close this big fat book up. Clicks back into place. And then it goes back into this horribly nasty plastic protective cover. But I do want to keep it preserved, so we will put it back in the plastic. And put it back. Alright. So we're going to go through all the manuals and window stickers that Isaiah gave me first before I go through my other stuff. So this is a Mini Cooper manual, or window sticker, sorry guys. And this is a very interesting, a very, very interesting window sticker. So if you open it up, it's almost like a brochure, just the way it folds up very perfectly like this to fit right into where, you know, maybe where your owner's manual book goes. And see, this right here says, Mini has been offering more thrills than any other car on the road since 1959 and masters the art of being small on the outside while maximizing space in the inside. With several body types to choose from, no matter which Mini you choose, you'll most certainly always take the road less normal. And then you open this bad boy up here, and it shows you this really, really cool picture of this dog here. So you can kind of see the dog in the background there. It tells you all of your features here. So it's a 2016 Mini Cooper hardtop 4-door. The paint color was volcanic orange and carbon black leatherette interior. Has a nice media package, 15-inch heli spokes, silver. So I'm guessing those are wheels. Yeah, you guys could pause any time through the video to see and read every bit of this if you'd like to, like where it was made, the majority source of parts. So a lot of the parts on this was actually 35% Germany, 25% UK, and then there's 5% US and Canadian parts. This vehicle was finally assembled in Oxford, United Kingdom. The engine came from Germany and transmission came from Japan. And this particular Mini Cooper went from United Kingdom overseas to Oxnard, California, and then it came onto Hueneme, I don't know how to pronounce that, in California. That's where it got docked at, and ended up here for the dealership. So it's interesting, really, really cool. So I do have a really huge excitement to share this. And my buddy was definitely really excited to hook me up with this for sure, because he's able to find a lot of really neat stuff like this all the time. So again, thank you for helping me expand my collection, man. It's really appreciated. This right here is a Dodge manual. In it, you just have your basic run-of-the-mill things here. So let's see. All three things, stuff that I don't care about. And then here we got a 2014 Charger user guide. So this is like pretty much the owner's manual for a Dodge Charger. As a matter of fact, I have another one of these manuals, but it's for the Police Pursuit model. 2013, I think is what that one was. But that version was for the police pursuit version. This one's just for like a regular one, I guess. But yeah, it's really cool. It shows you all the basics, just once again with fuses, radio, spare tires, spare tire jacks. It's all kinds of different things. And what I really like about this book is just how well illustrated these engines are. So let's flip back one page. So we'll start with our basic 3.6 Pentastar engine right here. So we have that. It tells you what is where, as well as the 5.7 Hemi. Shows you where everything is: engine dipsticks, access covers, modules, fuses, and more. And then we got big beefy 6.4 Hemi there. So that's really, really cool. I love how well illustrated those engine bays are in this particular manual booklet. Very well colored. It's not just like black and white illustrations that are hand drawn or computer generated. They're like using legitimate like color printing. So this is like a very high quality book compared to some other manual booklets that are out there. And then of course right here you'll get your window sticker for the Dodge Charger. Got to figure out how to undo it without damaging it. It's already a little bit ripped in places, but you know, it's like a decade old, so just gotta have to slowly undo it. Alright, so this is an original window sticker for a 2014 Charger SXT Rally. Base price at the time was $29,695, and then total price after destination charge and all of the additional equipment, $34,385. It had a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and of course these were all assembled in Ontario, Canada. So this had a, pretty sure this had the Pentastar, yeah, 3.6 V6, 8-speed automatic transmission. The exterior was pitch black exterior with black and red interior with sport leather seats. So pretty bougie. 15% of the parts were from Mexico. Majority of the parts, 71%, were from US and Canada. Again, assembled in Ontario. Engine was made in Mexico. Transmission, United States. Pretty cool. So we got that. Let's see if we can find any other little goodies in this booklet. I think everything else is just like warranty information and tires and stuff. So pretty much all the boring stuff. We already got through all the exciting, juicy details with window stickers and booklets. Put this back. Put these back. And there's your Dodge Charger. Next, we have window stickers. This window sticker is from a 2019 Hyundai Elantra SE. So this was built in Korea, South Korea. And it was sold to Hyundai of Newport Richey in Newport Richey, Florida. It was in Symphony Silver. Interior was gray. And it looked like it was pretty much a base model. I'm pretty sure SE is the base model in the Hyundai lineup. So after destination charges and everything like that, the price at the time was $19,470. Very cheap for a brand new car, especially these days. Let's see. 1% of the parts were made with US and Canadian parts. 89% of the parts are made in Korea. Japan, 1%. Final assembly point was in Ulsan, Korea. Pretty much everything about the car is from Korea, so I don't have to keep reading through it, but really, really cool stuff. The only added features in this car over the standard SE was the cargo package. So it included a cargo tray, cargo net, and trunk hooks, carpeted floor mats, and first aid kit. So it looked like maybe a little over $300 of features were just added to this. Pretty cool. Next on here, we got one more window sticker, and unfortunately it's kind of ripped. I don't know how it ripped. That makes me incredibly sad. It is a Toyota. Man, that makes me sad. If it ripped in this box somewhere, I'd be able to find the other piece of it. If I'm able to find the rest of this if I'm able to find the rest of this window sticker, I could put it back together and post a picture. If not, I do apologize. Alright, so now we have a handful of things here that I did get on my own accord, just from collecting. I gotta throw all this back in the Hyundai booklet. So this is pretty much about it right here, is the last of it. So let's go ahead and take you guys here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 2002 Hyundai Elantra. So these both came from the same car. And even back in 2002, they had the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Very cool. And the cool thing about this booklet is that it had a really cool illustration of the Elantra of the time. So there's the Elantra there. I would definitely say the early 2000s was getting towards the time when they were starting to stop adding cool nostalgic pictures into the manuals, because you see, it's just back to, stereotypical normal diagrams, nothing fancy. This here, pages are sticking. There we go. Trying to not rip the thing up. Here's your gauge cluster. It looks like two different designs. Yeah, the left one is instrument cluster and an indicator felt trip computer. And then the one on the right is the instrument cluster and indicator with the computer. So I guess there's a very slight design change with the center, and especially, with the trip odometer screen. Other than that, both clusters are very similar in design. But it's just like small differences and changes that are a little noticeable if you when you look very closely to it. Shows you how to use your ashtray. It appears that even the freaking back seat at the time had ashtray, so that's super cool. And there's these like little flimsy cup holders that just broke. And that's for the rear seat. Wow. And drink cup holder for the front seat was just a stereotypical front cup holder, so nothing special. Sunshade for the sunroof. Yeah, just a lot of basic things here. How to aim and move the vents. Photo sensor. Pretty cool. I didn't know the old Elantras of this time had any kind of sensors for weather and things like that. Here's a cool little illustration of the cassette tape. So that's really cool. And here's a picture of an Elantra with a sad sun. Yeah, it's just telling people not to leave cassettes in weird places, I guess. And then, of course, here's the old pencil trick where you can fix the cassette player. I haven't seen that trick done in many years. I was still a small child. Glass antenna. And then we got fixed antenna. These are, again, this is an option that I didn't even know that the Elantra had. Because I thought they all just had the fixed antenna. So, really interesting. Just a bunch of boring stuff. Now, this is interesting because this has maintenance history. A little bit of maintenance history here. So you could see they were tracking engine coolant, automatic transaxle fluid. Very interesting. So they made the 2-liter engines that these Elantras had, they made them for a very long time. They were pretty much being made anywhere between 1995 to around 2013, 2012. So a lot of Hyundai and Kia models had that engine, including my very first car had that too. It was a old Hyundai Tiburon, had that engine too. If you can find any 2000s, early 2010s Hyundais and Kias with this 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, it was called the Beta 1 and Beta 2. Beta 1 was from 95 to 2001, and then the Beta 2 was introduced on the Elantra in 2001, and that went through 2001 to around 2012. So they made this Beta for quite a while. So if you're shopping around for a used Kia or Hyundai, find one that has this old 2-liter Beta engine. They are a lot better and a lot more reliable than that GDI garbage that they came out with, dude. The GDIs are just trash. Get the ones with the older engine design. They will last for a long time. A very long time. Really, really cool. Do-it-yourself maintenance for the Elantra. And then here's a little illustration showing you the difference between the Elantra sedan and the Elantra hatchback. So there's that. The Elantra hatchback at that time was a pretty cool car. There was one time I almost bought a GT a long time ago. That was after I had my Tiburon. Because at that time I was still looking around for other Hyundais. And that's pretty much it for this booklet. And then of course here's the handbook that has a bunch of cool stuff right here. So salesperson Jeff Stone and customer satisfaction Ron Polster. And I'll cover the address, but this was the original owner of the car. His name was Jack. Very cool. The warranty sales date started on February 25th, 2002, and the speedometer was reported with 2 miles. Other than that, this warranty book is just boring. But I kept it because of the whole original owner thing on the front page. That was super cool. Now we got our 2009 Nissan Rogue handbook, owner's manual, and a DVD. So this was another one that I found at the junkyard some time ago. Very, very cool. Still sealed in the original plastic, just like the Honda DVD. But this was from 2009. So that was... how many years ago was 2009? Like 15 years ago? 15 years later, still brand new, sealed in the plastic. Never opened, never used. And here's our 2009 Rogue owner's manual. If you guys remember the 2006 Nissan Altima manual I showed a long time ago, this is very similar to the Altima booklet. You know, a lot of these Nissans were very, very similar at the time. Minus some small differences, you know, for model-specific things like this Rogue here. Very cool illustration. It's a real damn shame that these Nissans have really bad CVT problems, because Nissans are generally, you know, a very nice car, at least with engine and design, because they designed some very nice cars over the years, especially in the last couple of years, you know, like 2019 and newer. Like that, like the new Sentra that's out. That's a really nice car. Very high quality interior. You'd be sitting in it, and you wouldn't know that was a Nissan, but you do, since you look and you see a Nissan logo in front of you. But very nice car, but it's too bad that they plagued them with such bad transmissions. I really hope that these 2020 and newer Nissans that are coming out now are starting to remedy the CVT issues that they've been having for so long, because if they ever get that CVT stuff fixed and they have some solid, reliable transmissions, then I wouldn't worry about buying a Nissan. I'd be set with a nice, reliable car. But this was printed in April 2009 in Japan. Fun little JDM fact. So that's that for the Nissan. Now, one last booklet, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier about my nostalgia thing with the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. This is definitely one of those nostalgic books. Just period. Even the cover of the book is just nostalgic. It takes you back to a fun time. A very, very fun, youthful time when things were much happier. Partners that make the difference is Saturn. And you see all the little kiddos holding hands and walking together. And the scary thing about these kids, these were kids in 2003. These kids are like right around my age. So they're like in their mid to late 20s right now. So that's like really scary. Yeah, all these kids are freaking grown, so that's scary. But like I said, it's super cool. Very nostalgic, and it's like very personal, especially these old Saturn books. So, let me read this introduction. Welcome to the team. Congratulations on purchasing your new Saturn. In doing so, you've not only acquired a reliable, fun-to-drive vehicle, you've become part of an extraordinary and rewarding partnership. As the first car company to unite management and labor, we've given each of our team members an opportunity to participate in everything we do, from engineering new safety features to coming up with new designs. Innovative teamwork like this has resulted in better vehicles and better ways of building them, something you'll benefit every time you pull out of the driveway. And of course, you have your stereotypical table of contents. Oh, they're not done yet, so we're going to have to continue with Saturn's speech. Now that you've had a few moments to settle into the driver's seat, I'm not sitting in a driver's seat, I'm sitting on a bucket, but anyway, grip the steering wheel, explore the glove compartment, adjust the mirrors to your liking, we want to introduce you to another comforting feature of your new Saturn, owning it. As you read through this handbook, take your time, it's really informative. You'll discover just how easy and pleasurable it is to maintain your vehicle, from adding windshield washing fluid to bringing the car in for scheduled maintenance. And should something ever go wrong with your Saturn vehicle, Saturn technicians are always on hand to assist you in any way they can. You see, it's our belief that good, reliable service shouldn't end the minute you cross the T's, dot the I's, and drive your car off the lot. It should continue for as long as you own your car. With Saturn, you can rest assured it will. On that note, we conclude and give you time to slide the armrest back and forth, fiddle with the radio, adjust the interior lights, and get to know your Saturn a little better while you play with yourself. I mean, wait, did I say that? Sorry, that wasn't in the letter. Anyway, after all, this one relationship you'll want to be comfortable with for a very long time. Welcome to Saturn, the Saturn team. Ooh, and they had plant tours and everything back then. Welcome hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Saturday, 9 to 3. And right here is the Visitor Saturn Center for Spring Hill, Tennessee. I don't know if that's still open or not. I would have to look that up online. Here's your 2003 Saturn owner's book. Really, really cool. Yeah, definitely Saturn back in this time gave off the vibe that they genuinely cared, which is really cool. And you don't feel that in these newer books, like that 2009 Rogue, or the 2016 Civic, or the Hyundai Elantra, or Hyundai Sonata, things like that. And see, this is another one of those higher quality books. To see, they have actual pictures of real people. That's not even a Saturn Ion. That's a Saturn S series. So that's like a freaking 90s picture right there. I did not know that the freaking front passenger seat could fold all the way flat for storage space. That is really neat information to know. I never even knew that before. Wow. We got some crash dummy tests. A guy illustrating how to use a seatbelt in a Saturn S series. I think that's an S series. Yeah, it is. Wow. Lots of cool illustrations. Whew, that lady looks very old school. Wow. Yeah, these pictures to me, even though it's from the early 2000s, a lot of these pictures and illustrations to me just screams 1990s. Pregnant lady with a seatbelt on. Little kid with a seatbelt thing, I guess, so he doesn't kill himself. Whoa, that's quite an illustration. The freaking kid's getting yeeted to the front of the window there. Poor guy. That's a better seating situation. Good job, parent. Shows you how to seat your kids. Safety features with windows. There's your old Saturn key from back in the day. And mind you, these old Saturns had really shitty ignition cylinders with their keys. So, massive recall on those later down the line. Some people even died from it. So, that's a very bad flaw. My father owns a Saturn Ion. His is an 06. I sure hope that he got his ignition recall fixed. I think he did. That was such a long time ago, like a decade ago. I'm pretty sure he got his recall fixed. Yeah, a lot of those GM cars that shared this general platform were in that recall. Saturn Ions, Pontiac G5s, Chevy Cobalts, and I think there was even some Chevy HHRs in that recall as well. Just a bunch of mumbo-jumbo, pictures of gauges with messages. And I guess Canada has a feature where they can change the language of their message warning center. They could switch between French and English. I did not know that. Of course, that's the Canadian models. It's just weird. There's a lot of people in America that speak French too, so I'm surprised they didn't just leave that feature in all of the Saturn Ions. Like, I wonder how much money they could have saved, assembling these cars, either with all of them having that language feature or all of them just having English. So it's quite interesting to think about. Because a lot of these car companies like to try to cut corners and save money on production as much as they can to maximize profits. Here's a cool picture right there of a lady looking tense. You're looking a little tense there. You should take a chill pill, lady. Had another picture of the car sliding around. Here's a very cheap picture of a Saturn Ion that barely looks like a Saturn Ion. I mean, whoever did that illustration is not a good artist. They should have fired that person. Crazy. See, this illustration's a little better. That one's is okay. Maybe look about the same, but It looks more like a Saturn on the front. The back is just looked like a random car. City driving. There's just the ass end of a car. Saturn in the snow. If you're caught in a blizzard, it tells you what to do. So I'll go ahead and read this for people that want to know safety. Turn on your hazards. Tie a red cloth to your vehicle to alert police that you've been stopped by snow. Put an extra clothing or wrap or blanket around you so you can stay warm. And run the engine to stay warm, but be careful that snow's not blocking your tailpipe because that'll blow your motor up. Fun stuff. Don't get stuck in the blizzard. If it's snowing outside and it's bad, just stay home. My advice. Yeah. Sample of a door placard showing you manufacture date, weight limits, VIN number. Pretty cool. And then right there's your VIN. Yeah, this is all about your loading information and how much your car can carry without collapsing. Here's some battery connections that you can use in your Saturn. Huh. Pretty cool. Look how brand new that looked too. That's crazy. Anytime I ever see a Saturn Ion on the road anymore, it doesn't look like that. It actually looked like a pretty nice and presentable car back when it was new. Sharp little car. It's too bad that they aged pretty rough. They look pretty antiquated by now. Here's a picture of your engine compartment. It tells you where is what. So, just basic things like dipsticks, reservoirs, air filters. These cars had a 2.2 liter Ecotec engine. I think it had a rating of around 140, 150 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. Just your basic run-of-the-mill 4-cylinder, nothing special about it. Just trying to skip past all the boring stuff. There's your oil life and resetting your oil. Pretty cool. Simple. These cars were very simple cars back in the day. But, when I bought this 2003 Ion handbook, I found a 2007 one as well. And by 2007, it was not the fun, nostalgic book or even car company like this anymore. By then, it was just a boring white book. It said Saturn Ion on it. It's just boring. Didn't have any of the cool special pictures in it, like the little kiddos here. They don't have any of that. It just looked like a basic run-of-the-mill GM book. And I don't know. It's a shame because, in that 2006, 2007 era, when they started switching the books, it was also that time that they started switching to being from that original car, unique, built in Spring Hill, to being, just another rebadged GM. Like the Aura was just a freaking Chevy Malibu. The freaking Astra was just a freaking European car from overseas. Saturn Sky was just a freaking twin of the Pontiac Solstice. It's just boring. It's quite a shame. And then they ended up shutting down. So, that's it for the collection, guys. At least for now. Alright, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a lot. I mean, it's been so long since I made one of these collection videos. And you can see, you saw how massive this box is. Just full of different things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun, simple little vlog. Thought it'd be a cool little introduction to the new GoPro. And I want to give you guys a really cool little hint of what can be in the one of the next upcoming videos. Take a peek. Yeah, you see these? if you're an avid enthusiast or collector, you might happen to know what these are. Honda Kick and Go scooters. That's right. So these vintage scooters behind me, they will be getting a video here sometime soon. And I'm planning on doing some other vlogs and junkyard videos as well. So stay tuned, and as always, like the video, share the video with your friends and family, and most of all, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to get notified of each video upload. Until next time, stay safe out there. See you later.